Good morning, dog, or good day. Yeah. All right. So good day, everyone. Good day, dog. I'm Rosalie C. Romero. Today, dog, and today, everyone, I will discuss the connection between the anthropogenic lens and astro mythologic lens in facilitating English language and literature teaching. So, at first glance, these two lenses may seem different. One focuses on human beings and their relationship with the world, while the other focuses on food and its symbolic meanings in literature too. Yes, however, Doc, after reading the assignment materials, I realized that they are deeply connected because both lenses explain how stories shape human understanding of culture, identity, and then the environment too. So let me begin with the anthropogenic lens. So the anthropogenic lens examines how humans influences and are influenced by society and uh, culture and also the nature. So it reminds us that literature is not only about fictional characters, yes, but also about real human experiences, values, and responsibilities. One important scholar who support this perspective is Thomas Berry in The Dream of the earth. Barry explains that human beings are not separated from nature. Instead, we are participants in the earth's continuing story. Literature, therefore, helps readers understand their relationship with the environment and encourages them to become responsible members of society. Another important doc is that another important thinker talk is that Donna Haraway in Staying with the Trouble. So Haraway argues that stories shape the way people think and act. So in the article about snow leopard conversation, storytelling helped communities change their attitudes toward wildlife by connecting scientific knowledge with cultural beliefs and traditional stories. This yeah this demonstrates that stories are powered enough to influence human behavior and promote responsible action. Now let us look yeah, at the gastromorphologic lens. The astromorphologic lens explores how food functions as a cultural symbol in literature. Food is more than something we eat. It tells stories about family, memory, faith, celebration, sacrifice, and identity. So this idea is explained by Ronald Barthes in Mythologies. So Barthes argues that everyday objects become meaningful because society gives them symbolic value. So, for example, bread may symbolize hope during difficult times, while rice may represent family, tradition, or survival. Similarity with Claudia Levi Strauss in The Raw and then Cooked explains that cooking transforms nature into culture. This means that food reflects human creativity, social relationships, and cultural identity. While authors include food in literary texts, they are also telling us something about the people and the society representing the story. So, yeah, what is the connection between these two lenses, Doc? So, I mean, yeah, I believe the answer is the storytelling. The anthropogenic lens explains how humans create meaning through their experiences, while the gastromythologic lens explains how food becomes one of the most powerful symbols of those experiences. In other words, people create stories and food helps preserve those stories. This connection is very valuable in English language and literature teaching because literature is not simply about understanding vocabulary or identifying literary elements. All right. So, yeah, but literature helps the students understand human life too. So, for example, instead of asking students only what food appeared in the story, we can ask deeper questions such as why did the author choose this particular food? Or what does this food reveal about the character's identity, family, or society? How does this meal reflect the relationship between humans, culture, and environment too? So these questions encourage students to think critically while practicing English speaking, reading, and writing skills. To strengthen this one dog, this teaching approach, yes, we can also apply Lois Rosenblatt's reader response theory. By Rosenblatt explains that meaning is created through the interaction between the reader and in the text. Every student has different cultural experiences with food and family traditions. When students relate these experiences to literature, learning becomes more meaningful because they actively construct understanding rather than simply memorizing information. So, as a future English teacher, Doc, we can use activities such as reflective and journals, cultural storytelling, food narratives, literature circles, and comparative analysis of food symbols across different texts. So these activities talk improve vocabulary communication skills, literary interpretation, empathy, and cultural awareness also. So yes, talk in conclusion, the anthropogenic and gastromethodologic lenses are connected because both explain how human stories create meaning. So yes, the anthropogenic lenses help us understand humans' relationship with culture and environment, while the astromethodologic lenses reveals how food preserves those human experiences through literary symbols. Together, Doc, they can enable teachers to transform literature into meaningful learning experiences that develop students' language skills, critical thinking, and appreciation of culture. Um, yeah, ultimately, Doc, literature teaches us not only how to read stories, but also how to understand people, culture, and ourselves. Yeah, yeah, that's it, Doc. Yeah, thank you very much and have a wonderful day.